Motorsports. Hopefully you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We've got one more race left to go, and that is, as I mentioned, the Sundance Leisure Thundercar. So I'll give you the starting lineup as they roll trackside right now. It will be Corey Valade, four-time winner this year in the 21 on the pole, with the 22, Tony Frezzo, on the outside. Row number 2, Friday night's winner Francis White in the 60 with the 22J of two-time winner Jared Gilson. Veteran Tim Dunn inside row number 3 in the 96 with the 19 of Collin Bauter. David Rasmussen, the 3R, along with the 94 of O.J. White. And in your final row, starting 9th in the 28, that is Colby Hibbard. Field rolling trackside, and we will be going green very, very shortly here. 15 laps is the scheduled distance. And round 3, Brittany and Esri making their way down in front. Third and final round. And I think after this round, I think everybody's going to be knocked out because it's been a great night, and we are ready to close it out. Close out Jennifer Sibley's birthday with a third feature of the night. Jeff, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
It's been fun.
It has been a blast. I was like I said, I've been looking forward to this very day, and it finally happened. And again, thank you very, very much for allowing me to be part of this broadcast with you.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, can we do it again sometime?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. If you're ever in the town of Orleans or in Lafargeville, come on up and jump on the microphones with us.
This is quite a trip from my home in Pennsylvania, but I've been to a lot of tracks, but this was one that was not previously on my list, so this was fun to check another one off. It was very entertaining tonight, very good racing.
Well, I'm glad you got to enjoy it, and you're going to enjoy another Thundercar feature. Green lights are on, and we are underway, and two of the best in this class, Tony Frezzo and Corey Valade, make contact. That's going to open up the door for Jared Gilson to try to sneak through on the bottom side of the speedway. Francis White, Collin Bauter right there in the top 5 as they work it through turn number 3 and 4 and down to the line. Lap number 1 goes up on the leaderboard. Corey Valade in control as they bring it down to the line. Tony Frezzo, he's been running strong here at K&M in the last few weeks. Couple of runner-up finishes, including one last week to Francis White on Friday night, as White back there in the 4th spot getting some pressure from Jared Gilson as they scramble into turn number 3 and 4 as you watch on your Flow Racing screen. The battle for 3rd, Francis White shoots around the 22J of Gilson. He'll roll up into 3rd. Gilson back to 4th. David Rasmussen completes the top 5 as they work in lap number 2. 2 laps are down. We watched the battle for the race lead. These two drivers got close in that earlier lap, and right now they're getting closer as they hit the back stretch into turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 goes the top 2 drivers. Francis White trailing back in 3rd as they cross the line for lap number 3. Give it to Frezzo that time by a nose into turn number 1 and 2. But Corey Valade's going to stick with that outside lane. Top 2 drivers side by side for the race lead as they hit the back straightaway. They go at it weekly here at K&M every Friday night. And right now, Tony Frezzo trying to win this one. Valade right there with him. Corey Valade missed last Friday night off at another speedway, but right now he is back on home turf. And Tony Frezzo shows the way. Gets by at lap number 4. As they head up into turn number 1 and 2. Again, great battle going on as we throw Francis White into the mix. Again, Francis White on a winning streak. He's won 3 in a row over at Mohawk. And, of course, he picked up the win this past Friday night right here at K&M. So, personally, he's looking for his 5th consecutive win. It would be a big one. It would be 2nd in a row at K&M as they flash by the speed shot here on the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Good battle again up front. Valade to the inside. Frezzo and Valade get close one more time. And here comes Francis White up to the back bumper to try to challenge. Tony Frezzo gives a little shot to Corey Valade. So let's get going here a little faster because the 60 of Francis White is on the charge here as they come up into turn number 3 and 4 and down to the line. Jared Gilson getting into the mix as well. Down to the line this time by 6 down, 9 to go. Corey Valade in control as they head up into 1 and 2. Tony Frezzo is right there, though, nipping at his heels as they work the back straightaway. Francis White continues to close the gap. He's within a car length of Tony Frezzo for position number 2. Jared Gilson still there in position number 4 at the moment. David Rasmussen completes the top 5, but again, great battle up in front as they come down to the line once again. 7 on the board. We're 1 lap shy of the halfway point, and the battle continues for the number 1 spot. It has been a good one all race long. Tony Frezzo eyes his 3rd win of the season. Corey Valade looking to get back to victory lane after a heartbreaker a couple of weeks ago. It would be feature win number 5 on the year if he can get it done. But right now, Tony Frezzo has a slight lead. Here comes Francis White. He looks for 2nd, trying to find a way by Corey Valade as they work at lap number 8. We're halfway home, 8 down, 7 more to go. As they work it down the back straightaway through turn number 1 and 2. Francis White's getting close with the top 2 right here as they scramble into turn number 3 and 4. Back down to the line this time by. We will have 9 on the board, 6 to go. It's a 3-car dance for the win. Jared Gilson a little ways back in the 4 spot, but don't count him out of this one either. He's a 2-time winner this season, and he's right there in the thick of the battle. Again, Frezzo washes up the hill. Corey Valade keeps the car down about a half a car length lower into turn number 3. Side by side into the turn. Corey Valade on the bottom. Tony Frezzo right there to his hip pocket. Here comes Francis White in the bid for the number 1 position. He rides in 3rd as they flash by in front, side by side into turn number 1 and 2 with 10 laps up on the leaderboard. 10 laps are up on the scoreboard as they hit the back stretch once again. Corey Valade in control down into turn number 3 and 4. Tony Frezzo right there with the leader right up on the back bumper. Lap car of O.J. White right into the thick of the battle here as well. As they come down to the line, White's going to try to figure out a way to get out of the way here as Corey Valade and Tony Frezzo get close again in turn number 1 and 2. Francis White right there. Jared Gilson gets back into the mix. 4-car battle up front for the lead as they hit the backstretch. Frezzo, oh, we got a car slowing on the backstretch. It's Colby Hibbard in the 28 trying to get it to the infield, but it's not going to happen. We are going caution on lap number 11. Wow. What a battle up front. 4 cars all knotted up for the race lead. And each race this evening has been exciting. The modifieds were exciting. Sportsmen were exciting. I'm telling you, Thundercars, they don't lack excitement here, do they?
No. Might as well end the night on a high note, right?
Why not, right? It's
round 3.
Yeah, round 3. It's on. And I'll tell you, this has been a lot of fun with with the boxing theme behind it, and the gloves are off. It really turned into that. Gloves didn't come off, but they battled hard tonight, everybody.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. It was neat seeing, and for me, a new track, and seeing how the track races, and see how our series of guys race against the regulars, and how it all panned out, and some of the I will say locals, and Tim Fuller and Chris Robbie were right there, but Matt Williamson pulled one out tonight. He was on rails after about the halfway point. He just was gone. He kept saying like several times, I can't believe how good this car was. I can't believe how good this car was. Even surprised him.
Exactly. Well, like he said earlier in the night to me, he said, this is a new piece. We don't know how it's going to react. We never built something like this out of our own shop before. Well, apparently they did something right because they stuck it in victory lane, right? So
yes, they did.
Well, we're back to green, and we'll see if we can settle this one as Corey Valade grabs the lead one more time. As they head up into 1 and 2, Francis White continues to ride in 3rd. David Rasmussen slides, or at least tried to, up in front of Jared Gilson, looking for spot number 4. Couldn't quite get there, though. Collin Bauter will try to take that spot away down the backstretch and does just that into turn number 3. As they get strung out single file this time, off of turn number 4 and down to the line. Valade in control, but Tony Frezzo is right there. And once Francis White gets that 60 rolling, he is going to be fast as they head up into 1 and 2. Frezzo throws a slider up there in turn number 2 as they hit the back straightaway. They'll see the 2 left flags this time by from Joe Chris. He has 2 of them in the air, signaling 2 laps left to go. And Corey Valade trying to add win number 5 on the season as they cross the line this time by at lap 13. Frezzo still second. Francis White, Jared Gilson, the top 4. Collin Bauter has cleared the 3 of David Rasmussen for spot number 5. But right now, Corey Valade in control by about 2 car lengths, but Tony Frezzo's not going to go away. It's down to these 2 drivers as they go into turn number 3 and 4. The white flag will be displayed this time by final trip around the Can-Am Speedway for Corey Valade, looking for his 5th win of 2025. He'll work it into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Colby Hibbard slow on the back straightaway just at the edge of turn number 3. I believe we are going to go caution. Oh my, yellow lights are on. Oh man, Jeff, the drama.
1 extra round.
Why not? Throw a little overtime in here.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's do that.
And now he drove away.
Oh man. Somehow.
As our good friend Leon Andrews would say, the auto mechanic kicked in.
The auto mechanic kicked in. The onboard auto mechanic. Remember those races?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Just fired up and he rejoined.
I don't know how in the world that happened, just like magic. I mean, maybe get one last crack at getting the win here, but
here we go.
Exactly. It's been a great race so far, and we're looking one more lap out of Tony Frezzo. Corey Valade, the race leader. Green and white out together. We're going to settle this right now as they head up into turn number 1 and 2. Corey Valade does not want to see a caution. He wants this thing to go green to the end. Tony Frezzo right there in the number 2 spot. Francis White tries to sneak by to the inside lane. He'll take over 3rd from Jared Gilson down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. He'll pick it up off of corner number 4. Corey Valade out of Rome, New York is back in Can-Am victory lane. Win number 5 of 2025. Tony Frezzo, Francis White, Jared Gilson, and David Rasmussen.